Hello, I'm Texas.
All right, we're on, Mac.
That line was wrong, and you called yourself stupid.
I talked about Texas.
Just immediately alienating people from Texas. Okay,
Please.
so
I'm gonna
welcome
keep-
everyone to another episode of Digital Beatdown. We are back.
Yes, we are.
And today we are joined, as usual, by Mac and Mist.
Hi, how's it going? I'm Matt.
And our fighters tonight, we got Trill and the People's Choice. You guys ready to fight?
Why is there only two of us?
That's the way
We,
digital
we gotta
beatdown
fight.
works.
We gotta fight now.
There's only two of us?
Yeah, we always do digital beatdown with two people. It's always been the same.
Yeah.
5 questions. We gotta give up something when we give you 5 questions, Trill.
Oh, that's why it's more questions.
Yeah, 2 people. Yeah.
Is it more questions?
Yeah,
or
we
is it
got
just
5.
Yes.
more questions up front?
Yeah, you got more. You got 5 questions. So we added 3
Okay.
questions. We'll be here till like 12 o'clock midnight.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you get the theory behind the show. Don't worry, that's the reason I'm the showrunner, and that's the reason why I do stuff.
yeah, that's why you're the producer and the talent right there.
No, actually, I'm the producer and talent, and
Anywho,
Let's
Anywho,
not
yes.
go that far.
So yes, we have 2 fighters, 5 questions. Each question is broken down into 5 phases. First phase, your intro phase, you just state your answer. Second phase is the declaration, where you lay it out with no interruptions for a minute. Phase 3 is the beatdown, where you guys fight it out for 3.5 minutes. Phase 4 is where we either give you an extra question or you get a minute a minute rebuttal. And phase 5 is the cleanup and the verdict, where we judge you. And
we will
point-
judge.
you
We will judge. You will be judged. And we will award the point to the best argument, not to our personal choice, because I have thoughts about your guys' answers for the alien question, at least. But I will listen to the arguments. So are we ready to go? You guys, I don't know. Why do I have the word jizzle
Yeah,
physics?
I
written
guess.
in my- no.
I guess. But we'll
Chisel
see.
physics? I see
Jis-
chisel physics.
I think you must have said that once. I don't know why I wrote it down. Anyway,
What?
let's go on to question 1.
What?
Actually, I think most of us are. What's the word? Sober.
I'm sober as I don't know what the soberest thing people can be, but I'm sober.
I'm not. So,
Like, honestly, none of this makes it sound like we're sober.
question
Wrong
2,
question.
since question 1 apparently was who was sober.
Yep, and none of you picked them. None.
I
Mm-mm.
didn't
Any
think the
opinion
crossover
from-
films would be accepted. I did.
I didn't.
I'm
He-
sorry.
he
I
did
thought
explain it.
I thought I said crossover films will be accepted. I put that in the question.
You did,
Yeah,
but I also
you did.
rewrote them, but you should have been able to explain that back to the contestants.
I thought I said that to y'all. Crossover films. Anyway, y'all.
He did, and I still picked what I picked.
Yeah, I thought I told you that, Trill.
Oh, right. No, it does say crossover films will be accepted. But then it says question mark afterwards. Oh, that's to finish the question. You should have put the question mark at the end of the question, and then in parentheses put crossover films will have been accepted. But it's
Okay,
fine. I understand.
somebody
It's
say
no
their
big deal.
answer for this
Just
question.
say your answer,
We'll,
damn
you know what? We'll just go with it, since neither of you picked one of the crossover films anyway. We'll go.
Yeah, it
with,
doesn't matter. It's like a
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is just the Alien franchise proper.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
my answer is
so-
Alien 3.
Trill picks Alien 3.
Okay, Alien 3.
And People's Choice.
I picked Prometheus.
I love both of these movies.
You know, I keep forgetting Prometheus is part of Alien.
Yep.
Yes.
It's weird that there's not much alien in it, but yeah, okay, we'll let them do this. Okay.
Well, there is a minute on the clock.
So Trill, you ready to go for a minute?
Yeah, about what's the worst Alien film? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yes.
explain why Alien 3 is the worst of the Alien franchise.
All right, yeah, just let me know.
Go.
I think Alien 3 is the worst of the Alien franchise, simply because it peaked really with the second one with Aliens. I would even argue that although Alien, like what was it, like Redemption or whatever, wasn't like the best movie, as far as like fourth movies go, it really wasn't that terrible. I mean, if you just compare The Matrix real quick to the Alien franchise, you can, or even the X-Men movies, oftentimes the third one just sucks. It's just not as good. Um, I thought the third one kind of went away from the horror, kind of just mangled too many things together. Um, I thought the lead actress in it, Sigourney, she was really good though. Um, but yeah, just out of all of them. And then I thought about like the last two I had seen, which were Prometheus and The Covenant.
And stop.
Shut up. Sorry. Oh, sorry. That was a little.
That was quick.
I know it's a minute.
That's what she said.
Gotta be concise, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first phase is goes pretty quick. All right, People's Choice. You ready to tell us why Prometheus is the worst in the Alien series?
So
Whoa. Wait, hold on. Go.
So the reason why, because it was the one I enjoyed the least. So Prometheus was it had all the hype, and it just left me feeling like the hell. So basically, the reason why I didn't enjoy it is because it was all this hype. The movie looked good, but the story kind of fell flat for me when like in the whole movie they were looking for their maker, and it was the whole movie, the excitement of actually meeting your maker, and then you meet your maker and they don't really give a fuck about you. You're essentially an afterthought, and they were actually met with some hostility, and then you weren't entirely sure if that was even actually your maker or not. So kind of like left you up in this in limbo, like is this the maker, is this not the maker, why did they create them? It left me with more questions even after they met up. So I was just like, watch this whole long ass movie and then
And
really
stop.
Shut up.
didn't get an answer. That's it.
All right, you guys ready to fight it out?
So how does this work?
Mist, we got Mist will tell you when we have the 3.5 minutes on the clock, and then you guys can go.
Oh, it's 3.5 minutes. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 3.5 minutes. And beat each other down.
Prometheus is a better movie than Aliens 3. Prometheus takes you through the POV of David, who is supposed to be the eighth generation of an android created by the world's richest man, Elon Musk. You go to this planet, Elon Musk type person is like in the ship with you. You meet your creator, but really who you're meeting through the eyes of David is you're meeting your creator's creator, and he's apathetic and doesn't give a shit about you. So why should you give a shit about everything else? It's really bad to teach your immortal son who has hands to give him a god complex so much that he names himself after the perfect model of people, which is David. That's where he got his name from the statue of David. Like it's if you didn't know it was an alien movie, you could get halfway through it and not realize it was an alien movie. It was a nice horror movie that was a good sci-fi horror. Aliens 3 was just an action movie that had horror elements to it and had a little bit of sci-fi to sprinkle it on. Like Event Horizon's like 10 times better. I can see the rest of my time from my opponent.
I don't feel like Prometheus was the better movie. I feel like Aliens 3 was a better movie. I think Aliens 3, um, the problem with Aliens 3 is it had to follow up two really good Aliens movie. It had to follow up the first Aliens movie, which is a really good horror movie, the second Alien movie, which was a really good action movie, and then it tried to do both in
It
that
failed at
third
both,
movie,
right?
and it failed at both.
It
And
did. It did.
it kind of fell flat at both. But it had to, even though it had those issues, like you kind of the story was kind of straightforward in a sense, whereas Prometheus, I felt like no, it had the story was straightforward, but then it was just a letdown at
It
the
had a
end.
twist, like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, right? Like
Yeah.
when like you realize the engineers created humans, you were like, oh shit, right? Or like when David got the goop, you were like, what's this motherfucker doing, right? It was more unique. Like the first movie you said with what was his name, like Ash or
Hmm.
Jack or whatever, the first android's name. He was manipulating kind of. In the third movie, there was no manipulation. It was just we're fighting a corporation. We're not gonna take it. Just make a union, and all these people's lives would have been saved. By the way, whole Alien franchise canceled if they had a union. Like,
Oh man.
just make it like, why are they on the colony that you just came from, if not to get eaten by the aliens for this movie? Like, why? What sense does it make for a corporation to send 60 families to a colony if the person you just rescued was in limbo from 57 years from fighting on the at the what happened on the count? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Like they know about the xenomorphs way before they say they do. We know that now because Prometheus takes place before Aliens 3 does. Like it's I get what you're saying about it not being an aliens movie because the main threat at first is isn't really the big alien. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's more the small alien and what the fuck is David up to? That's the
And
threat.
stop.
Interesting. All right. Does anybody have a question? Follow-up question.
I do.
Go ahead.
See, now this makes more than 5 questions, by the way. This is what I was saying earlier, but continue.
Don't you try to throw semantics at us.
Don't you do
I
that.
love semantics, damn it. Means
Okay, so here's my question. What is the most iconic scene in your movies?
Iconic.
It's when she puts that mech thing on, right?
That's
That's
aliens.
That's aliens.
Oh shit! See, that's how uniconic my movie is. I don't know. Dude, come out the airlock again. What the fuck?
Ah,
We suck.
ah, 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 you're killing me. Ah.
Prometheus.
Gets me
Huh.
this Sunday.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember like what's an iconic moment in the movie, and the
I
moment.
would probably say for your movie when the engineer ripped David's head off and smacked Waylon in the face with it.
Yep.
That was pretty fucked
That's the
up.
thing. That's the thing that I remember most about it, because like
Or
remember
when
they
she
didn't.
got the hysterectomy in the machine. Remember when the thing was inside of her?
Oh
When she
yes,
had, yeah, that
yes.
was pretty dope.
Nah, to me, it's still the alien ripping his head off. He's because he
Yeah.
turns around, he speaks to the alien in whatever language he's supposed to. The alien turns around like, huh? Then looks at him, and then he was
Like
like,
the shit out of it.
rips his head off like rips his head off like he's Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, like just and then tosses it. I'm like,
Yo,
oh, did not expect that. It was almost
and
like
then
he
he hits
looked.
him so hard in the head, leaves a big ass welt in the old dude forehead. You know he finna die.
Yeah, it was like he almost. It's like he almost looked at him and knew that he was a robot. He was like, nah, you not. And then it's kind of like he knew he wasn't real, and that was something that was like never explained. Like, did he actually could see something that was like, yo, this is not a real person, or like I don't know. Like that was never explained. He just looked at him weird and ripped his head off, and then went about his business. I was like, oh, yeah.
All right.
That's probably why David
So
got him back in the next movie. You know what I'm saying?
so Trill,
Um,
you You're gonna go with no iconic scenes from your movie?
This hurts me.
No, I said the airlock. How she defeats the final. How she defeats the alien.
That's again aliens. That's fucking
Yeah.
aliens.
No, she shoots him out of the airlock in every movie, bro. I swear.
No,
No,
that's
not in
only
Alien
in
3.
fucking aliens.
Not Alien 3?
No,
Nah, I
in
really,
Alien 3 they like melt it with steel.
Yes.
then that scene.
Kill it with
I really,
fire.
I
Oh,
really can't remember, bro. I really can't remember. Like
oh
I'm really
God.
trying to think.
God.
Kill it with
God.
fire.
Damn it. Okay.
Was that the
It's
flamethrower?
gonna be okay, Mac. It's gonna be okay.
I keep getting that movie confused with the one that came right after. Because like I fell asleep and woke up, the next movie was playing type shit.
Miss,
Yeah,
can I-
in the next one, she does shoot out the airlock again, and the alien gets like
See?
sucked
it's,
out.
So imagine you
no,
fell
oh,
asleep
we don't.
halfway through one movie and woke up near the end of the second movie, bro.
Oh
Like
no. Okay. Can, Scott,
Yeah.
can I
Yeah,
give some
Mac,
iconic scene?
Mac, let's do some cleanup, Mac.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let Miss do some.
No.
You
I will
clearly
let you
want to.
take this one. I will
I'm
let
gonna
you
do
take
some
this,
iconic scenes. Okay.
especially since there is one that I
There's
see.
another iconic
There's one
scene
very
which is
iconic.
interesting. There's a scene where the alien literally kills a guy, gets close to Ripley, and don't kill her. That lets you find out that there's something's up with Ripley. It gives a little bit more of what the fuck is going on. Usually, this killer thing that kills like a shark do not kill Ripley, and that gives you something to the ending where she's pregnant with a fucking alien at the end. That makes that ending scene even better. So. Because I love Alien 3. It's literally David Fincher's untold classic. I like it. Fuck you, Trill. It's a decent movie. It's a good movie. There's some actually, but also Alien 3, David Fincher it's true. David Fincher literally looks upon it as one of his failures. It is true.
It's his directorial debut.
It's directorial debut. That's one thing. It's David Fincher's directorial debut. David Fincher, when they did
Doesn't he hate Fox because of this movie too?
no, not necessarily, because he did the Curious Case of Benjamin.
Scott saying yeah.
Yeah.
He still did
But-
like he wouldn't work with them for a long time.
Yeah, he won't work with him for a long time because they fucked him over in this film so bad because they just told him to do this and this is his day or two. Actually, when they did commentary, he was the only one to not show up for his commentary because he did not like the way the film came out. But
Yeah, I think
Not everybody
even
can be
still
Robert
today he
Downey
doesn't
Jr.
like
about
talking
it.
about it.
he doesn't want to talk about it. But there's another thing. People didn't. You're right. At first, people didn't accept Alien. Didn't like Alien 3, but now people look at Alien 3 as a great film. I actually talked to Zach. Zach hates aliens, and we had this conversation. He hates aliens, but he likes Alien 3 because Alien 3 actually goes back to what the original was trying to do. One alien in one setting actually killing a bunch of people on the planet with no fucking guns. It actually is interesting. It's interesting. It's an interesting film, literally bringing back the horror effect that was supposed to be going back with one. So David Fincher did essentially try to go back to his roots.
Bro, are we voting or are we
They-
talking about which movie you like better, bro?
I
Yeah,
like.
Mitch, do you have any cleanup? Because Mac's rambling now.
Yeah, I'm rambling. Also with Prometheus. Yeah, go ahead.
Missed.
Okay. Speaking of Prometheus, I actually thought this was a cool fact. So, Sir Mark Straitenfield, because I read that Robert Streisand, had the orchestra play his compositions backwards and then digitally reverse the compositions for the final film. I always thought that was cool. And I think this is the scene you were talking about, because this was the one I was thinking of. At one point, David Fincher was denied permission by the film's producers to shoot a crucial scene in the infirmary between Ripley and the alien, where the latter menacingly closes in on Ripley. Against orders, Fincher grabbed Sigourney Weaver, a camera, and shot the scene anyways. This scene not only appears in the final cut, but also featured prominently in trailers, and many regard it as the movie's most iconic shot, hence why I asked the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Mist, while we're talking to you,
So,
who do you
are we
think won this
grading
one?
off of the original question or the second question now? Because now two questions were.
The main question is what is the worst alien?
But the other question is
the
supplementary.
sub question, yes, the sub question factors in.
So why not give us two? Why not give us 10 questions?
We basically
People's
are.
choice. You understand what I'm saying? Am I alone here?
Oh, good Lord, there's 5 main questions. That doesn't mean we
Main
can't ask
questions?
questions
Now we got
within the
side
questions.
quests? Just
Like
saying,
you've
go
never
ahead.
done these shows before.
Yep. He's acting like that. That's true. You gotta be that guy today.
All right, Mist, who do you think won?
I kind of feel like the People's Choice won this one because I think Trill kind of handed that to him.
Oh, well, I'd be better in the later rounds.
Okay, Mac.
Scott, can you go? Because I'll be unbiased. I feel like I'll be unbiased.
Okay.
I think we all kind of are.
We are.
Yeah, because I enjoy both of these kind of equally. Yeah, I think though this one was tough because you both gave some pretty decent hits against the other one, and the Trill was like talking up Prometheus, I think, more than he was talking down Alien 3, which is kind of throwing me a little bit.
Because he actually liked Prometheus and I didn't.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But the question is, what's the worst Alien movie? And I think that his arguments for Prometheus, even though I didn't hear a lot about Alien 3 and why that was necessarily bad, although the no android thing is kind of a big deal for me. So yeah, I think, I'm going to go with Trill on this one. So Mac, you're the tiebreaker.
Fuck! Fuck you, Trill, because I actually deeply love, after watching, I watched all the Aliens, and I actually love Alien 3. Alien 3 is a classic. Prometheus, I mean, like, I was talking with Scott. I hate Prometheus. I think it's a boring ass film. It's just so fucking boring and bland. I mean, they got all this new technology and then
Yeah.
What?
Don't rant. Just give us your answer, Mac. This is going to be a late one, so you need to be quick.
Why couldn't you just pick People's Choice? Look, with that said, I gotta agree with you. People's Choice did not give enough argument for his. So I gotta go with Trill, but that's not it's based on argument, not based on my opinion.
Yes.
GG's People's Choice. I like Prometheus a lot. It's probably my favorite Aliens movie, if I'm being honest with you.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
I enjoy
legit
both of them
went
for
to
all the
watch these
reasons
movies
that
again,
were
and
mentioned.
I fell asleep on 3 and woke back up at what I thought was the end of 3, but now I'm realizing you guys are telling me it's the end of 4, and that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Speaking of 4, that would have been the correct answer.
Yeah,
Alien
I
Resurrection.
probably thought most of 3 was 4 if I
No.
fell asleep and woke
And
up.
speaking
popped
of
up the
4,
last 4
question 2.
Speaking of 4, question
What
2.
is the best Kevin Costner performance?
You've been waiting on this, haven't you?
No, I'm trying to speed this up.
Nah, I got you.
My answer was Mailman.
Wait a minute. Well, you don't even know if you're going, Trill.
You mean the postman? It was
Okay,
Yeah, the postman.
okay, that's
said.
what I thought. I'm like, that didn't sound right.
Okay, so
I did
question 2 is what is the best Kevin Costner performance? And we're gonna start with the People's Choice this time.
Oh,
Sorry.
So I said, because it was for me, because I was trying to think about all the Kevin Costner movies I've seen him in, and I've enjoyed him in many roles. But I think the role that was his best was him as Elliot Ness in The Untouchable. Now he's in there with a
That's
bunch
it.
of
Just give me
Okay.
the
Yeah,
answer.
just
That's
the
all it is.
declaration. Well, yeah, next. Sorry.
okay. Go
All
ahead.
right, and
You'll
Trill,
get your argument next.
Yes.
Postman. I just said mine. What? Don't come
Postman,
back.
yes. Well, I just wanted to go back to because I saw it as mailman, and I was busy fucking around with all the behind the scenes shit.
That confused me too, because I'm like, the mailman.
Man, and then
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was
oh,
wondering
I
if there
totally
was
wrote that,
another
but-
movie he was in where he played a character called Mailman,
Yeah.
because that would have been also great. But okay, the Postman.
Yeah, they've been perfect.
Postman and Elliot Ness.
Yeah, he played Carl Malone in a movie.
Why not Wire?
You on the trial.
Okay, so minute.
A lot of people
Do
old
we have
enough
a
to
minute on the
remember what
clock?
Carl Malone did.
Yes, we do have a minute on the clock.
Okay.
Sorry,
People's
I got
choice?
distracted by a fact real quick. Okay, yes, we have a minute on the clock.
Yeah, don't Google Carl Malone.
Do it.
Ready? Go.
People's choice.
People's choice.
Oh, so the Untouchables. It was one. I've seen him in many movies, but Untouchables was one of those movies that it really stood out to me. His character in that movie because it was pivotal to film. He acted. He had to raise his because he was in that movie with like Sean Connery and Robert De Niro, so he really had to raise his stature just to be in that movie as far as his acting ability. And he really stood out being the super good, he played that role of the super goody two shoes guy. He played that role extremely well, and you actually kind of wanted to cheer for him to take down the bad guy in that movie, even though they made the bad guys look super cool in that movie. Untouchables in itself is a great movie. It's probably one of the greatest movies ever made, and Kevin Costner really shines in it. And that was my favorite role, and I feel like that was the best role that I've seen him play. Like there was a bunch of other movies that I looked up. I didn't really see them.
Stop.
So
Okay. And Trill, tell us why the
Yep.
Postman is his best performance.
Oh.
Whenever Miss tells you.
Okay, so Kevin Costner's in The Postman. To me, it was kind of as impactful as like when I saw like Braveheart or another war movie like that. It's like set in this post-apocalyptic like place. He's just dropping off the mail. Kind of gets, wrangled into being the postman through just trying to survive. I not only thought the story was well written and super good, but I also thought he really allowed himself to like fall in love with that character. And through that, it was really obvious on screen that like he was like trying to give it his all. So it was just super just like immersive film. And I feel like that's when he was just his best.
Oh, wow. Perfect timing.
All right. You guys ready to fight it out?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Missed.
3.5 minutes on the clock. Go.
The movie sucks.
My movie you gotta
I know.
be kidding me.
No, it was actually a pretty good movie.
Your movie was a commercial failure, and many people that saw that movie said the only good thing about it was Kevin Costner. Everybody
Yes.
else
Amazing. You know how it
sucked
works.
in that movie. Everybody else sucked in that movie. Kevin Costner was the only person that kind of came to play
Yeah.
or brought his A game for that movie. Everybody else sucked.
Yeah.
The director sucked. All the other actors sucked.
Sir,
and the
the
movie.
question was, what movie was he the best in? It's easier to see how good he is in when other people around him are like average compared to when he's going head to head against Hall of Famers like you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you may have picked a great movie, but he may not be the best actor in the movie you even picked him in. He is by far the best actor in the movie I picked him in. He's the only reason why I go see the movie I picked him in.
I mean, shoot, that's like comparing LeBron James. That's like comparing Michael Jordan 72 and 10 team to LeBron James in 2008. Like, but it's just LeBron James and a bunch of substitute teachers, and that's the way Kevin Costner was in that movie. But he couldn't bring no.
But he still took him all the way.
But he couldn't bring those bums to the finals. I'm sorry. So
he gets swept by
and the
Tim Duncan.
Untouchables
It happens.
and the Untouchables, Elliot Ness was one of they were really great actors in that movie, but he also stood out in that movie as well. So it was a great team.
He stood out in that movie for the same reasons why he stood out in Postman. I think he stood out in Postman for being the main attraction, for being the LeBron James. I feel like if you in your movie, he's still LeBron, but he on the 2024 Olympic team where he got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, then he got Jason Tatum with him, Sean Connery, he got Drew Holiday with him, he got a whole bunch of other people with him. Well, yeah, he's still LeBron, he's still the GOAT, he's still good, but you know, it's not as impressive as if, like you said, 2008, we went all the way to the chip and got swept by an old version of the Avengers. Shit, it happens. It happens. You get swept by the West Coast Avengers. It happens. Yeah.
So,
ain't nobody mad about it.
So I feel like that was one of his better roles because it was memorable. You remember Elliot Ness in that movie. Like, The Postman was a movie that I just happened to come across, and
but
I
you
was
seen
like, "What
it,
is
though.
it?" Yeah, I saw it, but it was like.
It was alright.
But it was not great. The movie was not great. It was not great. He was good in that movie, yes, but I wouldn't put it over his Elliot Ness. I wouldn't put it over his Elliot Ness movie, which everybody remembers.
Role in my movie, though. You know what I'm saying? Your movie, he was like almost like a supporting like actor, not not saying he's like not had his head name in lights, but I'm saying like he wasn't the first name on the call sheet type shit.
I mean, the movie revolved around him catching the bad guy. So
and stop.
Okay. I never thought that I would be judging these two performances against each other. Does anybody have a question for a follow-up question?
Yes, I think I got a question. I want to miss something better. But what is the most memorable scene that your character? What is the most memorable scene that makes that performance like that's the best Kevin Costner performance? Miss, you think of one better, or that's a good question?
No, that's fine.
All right.
People's choice. Do you have one?
I don't think like what really stood out in that movie.
Trill, you got one?
Oh yeah, so he has like one of those Captain America Braveheart speeches doing like a battle, and that stood out to me.
Okay.
I can't think of really a particular scene really. Possibilities.
Are you passing?
I think I'm gonna have to pass right now. It's not coming to me right now. Like one particular scene where I'm like, yeah, he's killing it, bro. Because it was just like a lot of the small stuff he was killing, where like you could tell he was like that super goody two shoes type of guy. And there was a couple times, and there was one time in the movie where he was going to break when he actually sees Al Capone, and Al Capone is saying, "Hey, you don't have nothing on me. You don't have this. You don't have that. You don't have this. So get out of here." And then he's going to break and actually rush at Al Capone, but he can't do that. And it was like a scene where like the whole movie he's been like that goody two shoes guy. And he was actually going to break in that scene, and you felt how angry he was. So that's one thing that actually kind of stood out, but it wasn't like a super memorable scene, but it was memorable to me for that reason that he almost broke his whole character. He almost broke his whole character, like his moral code. But yeah.
I think that works. That showcases his acting. I think it's a good scene. All right. Do we have any cleanup, Miss? Do you have any facts to check? I do have one. If you don't have anything,
go ahead.
Okay. So at one point, I believe somebody said that the director of The Postman sucked. I just want to point out that is also Kevin Costner.
Totally thought you were going to say something else, but yes.
Yes, yeah, he did direct The Postman. There was a reason why he liked that film.
Yes.
Oh man, what was that? What was a Postman made?
Hey, he gave
Postman's
himself
like
great
97.
direction.
He worked with his favorite actor, you know.
Yeah, himself.
I feel the same way when I masturbate. Like I direct for them, you know.
Oh, it was based on a novel. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I actually just recently rewatched The Postman, weirdly.
See, everyone's fucking
solid.
seen the movie. I'm telling you. It's one of the weird movies you just seen. You just seen it.
Miss, do you have anything? Any other facts?
I think this was kind of interesting. Robert De Niro insisted on wearing the same style of silk underwear that Al Capone wore, even though it would never be seen on camera.
Yeah, it seems unnecessary.
Yeah,
but, good for him, I guess.
Sounds like...
But
I've seen actors do that. Like Denzel Washington didn't eat pork for a whole year before he played Malcolm X.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I guess you could say, getting into character. It's not like you got to actually show how, but it's still getting into character.
Yeah. He was getting, because that's something that none of us would ever see, but he did it anyway to get into character. So I understand.
Yeah, hey man, actors are weird.
Yeah, look at Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
His whole career was built on that.
Also, something
Robert
from
Downey
that
Jr.
movie. The movie portrayed Elliot Ness as being happily married and his wife having a daughter and a baby son. In real life, Elliot Ness had been married 3 times, and the only child he ever had was an adopted son named Robert.
Oh, wow.
So there's that. And I thought this was actually interesting for Postman. The actors did their own stunt work on the rope bridge scene, and Kevin Costner, a skilled equestrian, did his own horse riding. So he did his own horse riding stunts.
Okay.
There's a lot of horses in that movie.
Shit ton.
Also, the Postman's fake president name was Richard Starkey, the real name of Ringo Starr. Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Tom Petty is in the movie as himself.
He is. Yes.
Playing himself, yep.
Yeah.
More you know.
It's a weird ass movie.
Yep. Tom Petty mentioned back in 1982 while filming the video for his song You Got Lucky, he wanted to do a small part in a futuristic film. He said he wanted to portray a post-war character, which he finally did in The Postman.
He's living his dreams. Good for Tom Petty.
Nice to know he has had. R.I.P. Very low expectations.
Okay. Mac, who do you think won this round? Are you there, Mac?
I'm here.
He doesn't want to say.
Yeah, to me, it's Elliot Ness. It's his like. That's the reason I asked that question, because Elliot Ness do not have any particular moments, and that moment actually is interesting because now it makes me want to go back and see it. Trill's answer is cool, but there are so like his reasoning for it is, well, he's the best actor in a shitty ass film. Well, he was also the best actor in another shitty ass film, which is the photo that I put right there, Waterworld. He was the best actor in that damn.
I'm sorry, that is patently untrue.
Yes.
That is factually untrue.
Dennis
That's a
Hopper.
fantastic movie.
Right,
with
and
multiple
the little
fantastic
girl,
actors.
the little girl with the map on her back. Those two
There's,
On
are
her
by
there's so many
far
better performances. There's so many better
On
performances
her
in Waterworld
back.
than him.
But
That's
anyway,
terrified me as a
but
kid.
anyway, yeah, I'm picking Elliot Ness.
I thought it was going to happen when global warming happened. The whole world was going to be full of water. What do you mean? That movie was fucking amazing.
All right,
I said what I said, Trill.
I mean, fair enough. I'm not mad about it. Pick what you pick.
I'm leaning towards Postman because yes, he might have been the best actor with a bunch of sucky people, but you know what? That is where Kevin Costner tends to shine.
Mm-hmm.
I felt Trill's argument on that one. It's like, well, when you put him against people that don't do the best, he kind of does shine.
He's not a bad actor. You know what I'm saying? That's what it
He's
is.
not the worst. He's not the worst actor.
We never said he was a bad actor. We said
No.
Never said
But-
he's a bad actor.
he was
But
a bad.
him in the same scene as Robert De Niro, who you picking? Like, it's easy, you know?
I've always said that every Kevin Costner movie would be better with like Kurt Russell. So
Exactly.
I agree. Yeah, this one was tough for me because I enjoy both of these movies. I also think that Kurt Russell would be better in both of them. And I think I agree though with Mac as far as being the best in like a crowd of shitty or not shitty but like lower level actors than like Robert De Niro and like Sean Connery, some of the best actors ever. Like I think that him standing up with those guys is more impressive than him standing up with like Tom Petty. So I'm gonna give this to People's Choice also. So that is a tie game now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you go to question 3.
Now we get to move on to question 3.
Whether they do great or poorly, which most likely will be poorly.
Probably bad. No.
I think we start with Trill.
Yes,
Trill's
Trill, I
Trill's
believe
making me
we'll start
hungry.
with
Wow.
you this time.
Trill's making me hungry, and I already ate.
First Descendant.
Trill went with First Descendant. All right, and People's Choice.
My pick is Metal Gear Solid.
Classic. All right. Mist, let them know when they have a minute on the clock, and we can get this going.
Oh, wait. Before the timer starts,
Mhm.
I'm going to use my time to specifically pitch what the First Descendant movie would be instead of explain what the First Descendant game is.
Okay,
Just want to be
so
very clear about how I want to use my 1 minute
okay, so you're gonna be doing like a little pitch.
of what the movie should be. Yes.
Cool. All right. Cool.
Okay. So are you ready?
Yep.
Go.
The First Descendant should be essentially, you guys know what the Expendables are? It should be exactly like that, but with the First Descendant coat. The 4 main characters should be the first 3 people you start with, and then Bunny, because she's the flagship, kind of like Looney Tune, like the Bugs Bunny, the Daffy Duck. She is like that symbol to the franchise, right? So it should simply just be the movie should be based around a MacGuffin, kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons movies was, where the MacGuffin is somehow tied to a personal relationship with one or more of the party members. Throughout the movie, they should run into different party members. It should go from four. It should start as off as three, then go to four, and then the movie should end on five or six. And party members out of the selection of roster that's right now, I think there's like almost 12 people you can pick from.
Oh,
So
stop.
Jesus Christ,
No.
that was quick.
So I get to go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Mist. Let him know when he's good.
Go.
Metal Gear Solid to me was the first thing that came to mind. It already has all of the story elements to make a great movie. It has the drama, it has the action, it has the espionage. It has great villains, great villains as characters. It has a great overarching story. There's a lot of twists and turns in the story already. Some people joked some of the later games were a movie with some gameplay, like because of all the cinematics in the game. So Metal Gear Solid already has everything it needs to be a great movie. So that's why I say it should be made into a movie.
You have 15 seconds.
That's my argument. That's it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well,
All right. Let's get 3.5 minutes on the clock and fight this out.
okay, 3.5 minutes. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
go.
All right. So the first Descendant. I like your pitch. I want to say that. I want to say I like your pitch because the actual story of that game, is very bare bones. So you creating a new story made more sense than to try to go with the story that they have. So I like your argument there. Metal Gear Solid definitely has all the story elements already to be a great movie, even a great show.
So
And it
how
has-
do you, I feel like Metal Gear Solid would unfortunately go the same way Halo did. Where to make a quote unquote show out of the base material, they would expand upon it too much and kill what essentially was the base material. With my approach for First Descendant, because like you said, the original story is so bare bones, you can't really offend the core fan base by changing the core story of it, as long as the characters they know are really there doing the cool sci-fi gunplay elemental stuff that they have to do, which is why like the Expendables model works, where the core story of the movie, you have no idea what the story is about, but it has to do with two or more characters, and they got to do it because they got to get it done, and they're going to get it done because they guys, and they get it done, and they got guns. That's the only thing you care about, right? But with your movie, like it's like Mission Impossible with James Bond, but a little bit of like, I don't know, like weird Taika Waititi type of fun put in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you like which Metal Gear Solid, like just that one game would be, or like would you want it to be like a whole franchise? I think I want to know.
So I think the first Metal Gear, like the game, will probably have to be like 3 movies in itself because there's so much stuff that happens prior to you even fighting like the first like boss in that game. So there's like so much stuff that happens in between that they can actually do a lot of there's a lot of backstory that Metal Gear Solid has. I think Halo's a bad example because Halo has a lot of story that they never really fleshed out, and then they had to fill in the gaps in the show, and then I think that's why it went in. Whereas Metal Gear Solid, they would probably have trouble. The only reason I think they would have trouble making that movie or even a show of Metal Gear is because they would have to take away stuff because it's so much backstory that they built over the. Remember, Metal Gear Solid is like a 20-year franchise. Even
But
I
no,
mean,
Metal Gear
Halo
Solid's
is
full of like androgynous looking people. It'd be perfect for today, man. I
yeah.
don't know.
I mean, Halo is too, but like Halo was a super bare bone story. They had to add to it. Metal Gear Solid, their problem would be they would have to take away stuff because there's so much backstory that they built
Like The
in that
Witcher, right?
universe.
Where it has a great story because of what year we're in. They take it to go to a place that it doesn't belong, and the next thing you know, you don't recognize your franchise. But if you keep your franchise about boobs, guns, and action, like the first Descendant already
Stop.
is, it's
Stop.
perfect.
Stop.
Stop.
All right, those are interesting arguments on both parts. Okay,
To be fair, I do want to see your movie with Metal Gear Solid.
I think they're doing it. They keep saying they're gonna make one.
They keep saying they're gonna make one.
That does sound like to me.
Yeah,
I have two questions.
Mac's got questions. Okay, Mac.
Who is your director and who will play? Who's going to? What actors are you going to cast as your lead?
The exact questions I had.
Ooh, for Metal Gear. Ooh. Uh, but he's too old now. Like the actual person they so at first they actually wanted so I actually wanted the original voice of Solid Snake, which was David Hayter. He would just have to get in shape, but get a trainer, get a diet, you can do that. I think he's too old to even play that role now, so I'm trying to think like who would actually be Solid Snake? Who could actually pull that off?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell? No, too old.
And also, he played
That'd be
Snake
like a
Plissken.
de-aged Kurt Russell back when he
Ooh.
played
He
Snake.
played
Plissken.
Snake
You get-
Plissken.
You get Kurt Russell playing like Big Boss,
Yeah.
and then you have
Okay.
Wyatt Russell playing like a young Solid Snake.
Oh,
And Kevin Costner needs to be in there somewhere.
The fact he
Kevin
named
Costner
his
is
son
Ocelot.
Wyatt is kind of badass.
I think
It is.
Kevin Costner could be a good Revolver Ocelot, but to play Solid Snake, what's Clint Eastwood's son's
Scott
name?
Eastwood.
Scott
Yeah.
Scott. I think he could play Solid Snake.
Eastwood. Interesting choice.
I think
Weird
he could
how
play
much
him.
they look like each other too.
Yeah. I think because I'm thinking about Clint Eastwood would be perfect if he was young, but I was like, wait, he got a son that acts.
He's
Yeah,
got
he
a son
basically
that's
has
a
a young
doppelganger.
He got a son. I was like, wait, he got a
would you-
son that
would
acts.
you-
Hold up.
Would you get Clint to direct?
Yes. Wait, not my question to answer.
To direct, I don't know. I don't know who could direct it. I don't know who could direct it, but Hideo Kojima would definitely be on as a consultant.
Oh God Almighty!
You would have to get him, but directing it, I don't know who I would get to direct, but that'd be my lead actor, Scott Eastwood.
Okay.
I feel like he has the look.
All right.
Okay. And Trill?
So, Bunny would be played by Scarlett Johansson. The Ice Queen Varys would be played by, I'm thinking, like a Megan Fox type. Who else would I want in the movie? The Poison Lady Farrah. I probably want her in the movie. She'd be played by. What's the girl that's about to play Snow White? I think we would change her
Rachel
race
Ziegler.
because everyone else would be white. We would have Ajax be voiced and played by a black guy. What's his name? He just died. Lance. What's his name?
Oh, Lance Reddick.
Yeah, like someone with his type of voice, but unfortunately he passed. But like, that's
Alright,
that's what we're
Lawrence
casting
Fishburne.
it for. Yeah, actually that'd be perfect because it wouldn't physically have to be him because Ajax wears a helmet. And then the last guy is literally that you can pick from as your starting character is like generic white guy with grenade. So maybe move him more to like instead of white, maybe Asian male, and then make him the same actor that was in that Marvel movie Shang-Chi. And I think that gives me a diverse cast, and it doesn't really change anybody's race in a point that it affects their characterization in any way.
And do you have
And
a
it makes
director in
all
mind?
three women very attractive. That's essentially what I'm saying is the three women have to be swimsuit model attractive is the point of the entire franchise,
Rolling my
essentially.
eyes. Oh my gosh.
Please roll them twice.
And do you have a director in mind, or?
Well, I know everyone's disdain for Michael Bay, but he made great Transformers movies. He
Mm.
makes great Bad Boys movies. He directs amazing action.
Okay,
So,
Trill, then I have a question for you.
what's up?
If you gonna have Megan Fox be in your movie and have Michael Bay
That's why I
direct
was
that
saying,
movie,
that's why I was pausing with the Megan Fox with the Michael Bay thing, because I knew what I was saying.
I
They
think
don't like
I
each other. I understand
Yeah,
what
them
you're
two
saying.
don't like each other.
But what I'm essentially saying is her type, a 5'7" brunette that's extremely attractive. I don't know enough
oh,
actresses you
Angelina
could
Jolie.
exactly, but she's slightly maybe too old for the role because she
Mila
could probably play
Kunis.
the Invisible Girl. Farron, I feel like would be more her than who I cast her as. But what I'm saying is Angelina Jolie would be a good substitute. Exactly. Anybody who's like one most beautiful person in the world could totally play any one of the female characters in the game. Like it doesn't really matter who it is. It's just you just want a diverse group of people to appeal to a wide range of both men and women audiences. So that's mainly important. But like I said, because like people don't really like Michael Bay, I want someone who's known for doing like great action movies. So maybe the director of the first the Black Panther, I think he would be really good. I think the Russo brothers would be a good choice for director. Um, yeah, because I wanted my movie to be a big scale. So anybody but Zack Snyder.
all right.
I want you to be able to see what's going on.
Okay. Miss, do we have any facts?
I'm
be
not
fair.
sure how to check facts here.
Yeah, it's a little
'cause-
tough because they're kind of pitches a little bit.
Yeah, also, nothing was like egregiously wrong here.
Right.
I mean, I did say somebody's like, I did switch races, so I guess you could check the facts of.
I don't think
Yeah,
that
but
really
you said it
matters.
specifically like as a point, so I think
Yeah,
we're not
I,
gonna
Yeah.
go
I, I
for
don't know.
that.
I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. The only fact Ryan Coogler is the director of
Yeah, I was
Black
about
Panther.
to say that, right?
Oh, I'm like, oh, I
That's
knew
the
that.
name. I couldn't think of his name.
I knew that. Wait.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna start this time. Yeah, this I do because I've wanted to see a Metal Gear Solid movie for a long time, but I feel like all of the points that Trill was making are all of the reasons why I'm worried about it as a movie. And like it's complicated, it can get weird at times. It's like a very weird tonal balance that might not work in a movie. And the idea that the first game has to be 3 movies on its own, I just don't. I don't see audiences connecting that early on. So I think I'm going with Trill on this one because I think there's just a lot more room to grow with his game as like a film franchise. Because there's, like you said, there's kind of like no real story, so you can kind of just do your own thing and make it kind of like an original thing with like a really cool cast.
Can I go next?
Sure.
Okay, so you're correct that if the question was film, you're correct. It would be correct. It would be totally crazy, and it would not work. But the question wasn't film. The question was adaptation. So thus, if we go by adaptation, it actually has more room to grow. This is why I said adaptation and not film, because if we did film, then there's not a lot of more form. There's not a way of room to flow, because adaptations these days are actually good. You know, you got on Netflix doing great adaptations of different stuff, so it can work. The way Trill did his film. The one thing that irked me about Trill's film is, and it's the only problem, is yes, Michael Bay knows action, but the problem is he doesn't know how to form a fucking story. Do I don't remind you of the first two Transformers are great actionally, but the racism, the form of direction, the way it's written, it's just not good, and I'm just scared of that more than anything because he's not going to make a he's not what this is not the Bad Boys and this is more of the Island and the Transformers of today that we're dealing with. Transformers 4 was I'm an inventor, I invent things. That was stupid. So I'm sorry, I cannot. That's what I'm figuring. Everything was good until he picked Michael Bay. He couldn't pick anybody but Michael Bay.
I didn't pick Michael Bay.
Ambulance rules. He also offered up 3 other directors.
Yeah.
To be honest, he did really select one.
Yeah. It just turned me off. But with People's Choice, his answer feels like yes, it is confusing, but also one thing that stuck with me is he's going to have Kojima's. He literally just said the main thing in there is Kojima is going to be there. So the fact that he has Kojima with him, he can guide them into making the film not only palatable but interesting. Because Kojima, to me, is technically a director. He technically is a director, so he can literally tell the director, "This is how I would have done it. This is how I would do it." And he probably, if you let him do it, he probably pick somebody to respect. So with that, if we're going by the question of a film, yeah, People's Champ wouldn't win. But we're going by adaptation, I have to go with People's Champ.
All right, Mist.
I'm going to throw the race card on the field on this one because I would have gone with People's Choice. Except the whole thing with Kojima, I have a feeling that he would not be listened to because Big Bad American know better property than person who made it.
That is true.
So, if it was just Kojima, I kind of wish you would have went for it with that one. I would have gone with that because he would be at the helm, not a consultant.
That is true. I wish he would have done that too. If you would have just made him director, it would have been cool.
Also, with an adaptation of an established property, you have much room to mess it up still. Shall we bring up Dragon Ball Evolution?
Dragon Ball Evolution is a film.
Mortal Kombat.
But it's still an adaptation.
It's a film. We're not talking about film. We're talking about, when I mean adaptation, I'm talking about film. We're not just talking about film. We're talking about stuff that we see on Netflix, shows, stuff like that. That's what we mean by adaptation.
Okay, then throw it, what was it? It's Dragon Ball GT.
That's
adaptation.
Bad. Adaptation. That is bad.
But I'm saying, even with your question.
But you're making.
Hold on, let me explain. What was it? The Netflix show, My Monster, the Monster show. That's an adaptation on Netflix. It was.
I'm not saying adaptations can't be good. I'm saying they can also run into the issue of being done poorly.
That is true. But also
brought up Halo earlier.
I have my reason for not picking Michael Bay.
I get that.
Yeah, and that's the reason I didn't pick it. So if you're jumping on me, that's my reason for not picking Trill.
I get that. I get all of that. I'm just countering your points because I am going to pick Trill. Okay. Because there is enough left open to where even if you do change the elements, it's not so established that people are going to be like, that's not correct. That's not correct. That's not correct.
I know you're picking Trill. You remember the last film Michael Bay did?
Ambulance. It was awesome.
No.
Such a good film.
Ambulance, the film before that.
Well, you said the last movie that you did, so.
Yeah, what was the film before that, Scott? It had every right of being actually a good film, but it wasn't, and you forgot it. It had
Was it the Six Underground?
Yes.
That was a
that
good
movie. Was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't
Fun.
see
There was some
Not
goofy
good.
ass parkour
Not
in it.
good.
I saw
Dave Franco
Ambulance.
got impaled. You know?
I saw Ambulance on a business trip.
Yeah, it's just
Fun movie.
They had me listening to
Michael
Chris
Bay
Sales for like
died
2 weeks.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, here's the point of my argument against yours. As much as you say stuff can go one way, it can equally go the other way.
Both of these, both. I'm just saying. That's my reason for not picking
I
Trill.
know that.
And the reason I
I'm
picked
not
this.
arguing with you on that. I'm just stating the fact that it could go either way with adaptation.
That is true. Yeah.
That's all. That is all.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go.
All right.
So wait, we're 2 trill, one
Yeah,
people?
Trill won
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're only on 4. We got 5 questions. Okay. All right.
Yes.
I'm ready.
I like these answers. It is people's choice now, this time.
I picked one that's actually happening,
Go
or
ahead.
they're doing a continuation of it. So I said Beetlejuice doesn't need a remake, but it's actually getting like a reboot continuation. I think this is supposed to be like a second or third movie.
It's a full on
Second. Yeah.
So I'm sitting here like,
No.
oh, that's it.
we get
My
that.
bad.
Yeah.
So,
Beetlejuice.
and his
All right,
answer is
and-
Beetlejuice.
Oh, well, now we said it 3 times. All right. So
Hey, I don't mind Beetlejuice
Do
showing
not
up.
say it.
Beetlejuice. I
Shut
want him
up.
to show up.
He better not show up because he don't pay rent here.
if you say Blank Man 5 times, he shows up.
It's
Sorry, I just gave it away.
He don't pay rent here
It
either.
is true. He does show up. He says that 5 times. My answer is Blank Man.
Blank Man.
That's
All right.
funny.
Classic films, both of these.
Yes.
All right.
And classic characters.
Yep. All right. We got a minute on the clock, Mist.
Yes, we do. People's choice. You ready?
So
Oh,
Be-
go, I guess.
Beetlejuice is one of those, I guess, sort of iconic characters. One of those characters, I wouldn't say iconic. I would say a character that you remember from the '90s, and I feel like that's where we should leave him. Like the original movie really wasn't that great. I think the only memorable scene from that movie is when he's singing Deo by what's the actor's name? He's singing Deo by Harry Belafonte, and that's the only thing I really remember about that movie. When they had the scene where he's singing that. Other than that, I don't remember nothing about that movie. I didn't think that movie was that great then. Why they're making another one, I have no idea. I want to know who sold them that can of beans because they need to be selling houses. Yeah, that's why that's why I feel like it doesn't need a remake or a reboot or a continuation. It doesn't need none of
And
that.
stop. I'm going to speak for the judges for a second and feel like we're all cringing by that particular argument.
I've got a Beetlejuice action figure in my Batmobile over there.
I
I
got
love
something to
Beetlejuice.
say about Beetlejuice as well. But we will
I'm,
hold that
I'm,
until.
I'm hearing the arguments. I'm not going to
Yes,
be biased.
we're going to be
Biased.
fair.
Yeah, we're not biased.
You
I would
just
say
have an
these are
uphill
both
battle.
iconic characters, by the way, in my opinion.
But
Yeah.
the people's choice, you got an uphill battle with us right now.
I know.
True, you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
You can't do Blank Man because the times have changed. You just can't make those type of jokes anymore. The main character, Blank Man's, I guess you could be more subtle about it, but then you lose some of the crash type of humor. And it's one of those one and dones. It's one of those where a sequel really wouldn't serve it any justice because the movie was actually so well written, not only from like what happened, the story arc of the person or the main character, but also of like the side character, how he falls in love, how he finds a girl, how the girl figures out who he is. It's very Superman-esque. And in these like parody movies, you oftentimes lose some of the greatness the more parodies you go on, like the Scream movies. Like after a while, it's no longer as great as it used to be.
And stop.
Okay. This is going to be an interesting fight.
Ooh, yeah, I'm waiting for this one. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Tear each other down. Go.
I do not want another Beetlejuice movie.
Who the
The
hell want to
most
see
Scrooge
Beetlejuice?
McDuck thing I've ever
Who the hell want to see
seen.
Beetlejuice? I'm sorry, man. I just never liked Beetlejuice and just never thought. I thought the only thing what's when we ask somebody about Beetlejuice, what's the thing they remember is him singing Dale. Like they sing Dale by Harry Belafonte. That's the thing that people would probably remember the most. Even people that liked or disliked the movie. I never really thought it was that. Beetlejuice was just one of those characters. I was like, okay, that was the '90s. It was good for that time. That's it. We don't need another one. Blank Man,
Well,
I
I
could say
feel the
the same.
same way about Blank Man. Blank Man
Blank,
was good for the 90s. It was
Blank.
good for that time. And you
See,
can't really make it again because the jokes really. Blank Man was kind of, for lack of a better word, he was on the spectrum. But back then, that day, we didn't call it on the spectrum. We called a lot of things different words, and we had different sayings for different things. And we don't talk like that anymore. We don't act like that anymore. And because of that, you just can't remake the movie. But I think with Beetlejuice you can. I think you can make another
I mean, they
what's
are.
that? The Mask? You can make another Mask movie for the same reason. It's just silly humor. He could be singing Million Dollar Baby in the new Beetlejuice movie. We'd all laugh just like we laughed when he was like, "Damn," it'd still be just as funny to us. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
Blank.
I I,
I'm
I
probably
feel like
killing my own
Beetlejuice is
argument here because I feel like Blank Man should have never been made. But
Wait, what?
Shit.
Well, like, what the hell is this nonsense? Like, who made this? Like,
Oh
oh, it's
man.
funny, and it's funny too because I don't know, not to be rude, but I feel like every white guy that I've ever been friends with, when I bring up black superheroes, they always bring up Blank Man. I'm like, I didn't even think that was a movie. No offense, that white people even knew about it. I think it was one of those things in the black community that we knew about. But I was like, wait, who? It was more like a runaway slave. Like, who taught you about Blank Man? Like, that's what I be feeling when a white guy tells me about Blank Man. When we talking about black superheroes and like the best, like the good ones and stuff. Like Blank Man always comes up somehow, and it's always a white guy that brings him up. It's like I don't know what it is. I was like, I'm amazed about the amount of white people that's seen that movie. But yeah, I probably just killed my own damn argument as far as Beetlejuice. But yeah. I felt more strongly about Beetlejuice. Blank Man didn't even come on my radar because I don't feel like it shouldn't even been made. So I just remember going to the movies and seeing another Beetlejuice movie. I'm like, people wanted this? So and I laughed
It's
trill
still
off.
30 plus seconds.
Oh,
No,
think-
no, shut up.
I think I
Oh.
laughed. I think
Oh, sorry.
I think Trill's still trying to catch his breath over there.
Alexa.
Bro.
He's still over there laughing.
You smoking some shit.
All right, I guess we're gonna call this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Do you have a question,
Like,
follow-up question?
Hold up.
I got stuff to say.
Hold up, Trill. Hold up, Trill. Yo, Scott, have you ever heard of the movie The Five Heartbeats?
I have, yes.
Oh.
Scott don't count. Scott can come to the barbecue. I understand what you mean by the Blank Man shit. I'd be pissed off too if every time they was like, "Yeah, what about Blank Man's only blank?" I'd be mad as a motherfucker too.
But here's the thing: we only have like 5 black
Look, you guys say
superheroes.
Blank because I beat man, motherfucker.
Yeah, there's Meteor Man, there's Blank Man, there's Black Panther, there's Blade, and we can now count Black Dynamite.
Static Shock. He had his own
Static
movie.
Shock's
He-
so
he was
Static
in,
Shock.
the
Stop.
Batman
No, you
movie.
just forgot
Black
all about
Lightning.
No, I didn't forget
Just-
about Storm.
forgot all about Storm, huh?
No,
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
forget about Storm.
Luke Cage had his own TV series.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does anybody have a follow-up question for this round? I know Mist has thoughts.
Nobody likes my Beetlejuice pick.
Yes, I'll feel better, buddy. So
I mean, I agree with the sentiment. I don't necessarily agree with the reasoning.
yeah. So, all right. So,
I've got a question if you don't have one, Mac.
I was gonna say, what would be the worst case scenario in your film if they ever release your film? What you got? Is that
That might take a lot to explain.
That's a pretty vague question.
Yeah, go ahead. That was a stupid question. Go ahead.
No, it's not stupid. It's just for like a tag-on question, I think it might be a little bit tough. Okay, here.
Yeah.
If they were to fully remake your movie, who would you cast as your titular character?
And you can't use the remake that's already being done. People's choice.
Yeah. Ignore the Beetlejuice sequel that's currently.
I don't even know who's in that.
Alright.
People who were in the first one.
Was Michael Keaton again?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I saw it when I went to the movies last week. I was like, they're not bringing this back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who would be in that role? Who could pull that off? Ryan Reynolds could probably pull that off.
Ryan Reynolds is Beetlejuice.
Ryan Reynolds could probably pull that off. I feel like that's right up his alley. Like after playing Deadpool, that's right up his alley to play that role.
It would definitely be his own version.
Yeah.
Trill, do you have someone for Blank Man?
Okay, so it'd
2024?
be Marlon and Sean as the two brothers again, right? Because that just makes sense, right? David Allen Greer's had a great performance, and I just think the bond between Marlon and Sean, the double nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? Not just them being Wayne's, but them also being a TV show called Wayne's Brothers. I think that would play perfect. I think you would replace the dude the old guy that was the bad guy that was in the wheelchair with old boy from Sunny Everyday Sunny in Philadelphia. You get him to play that.
David.
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
You replaced Jason Alexander with Danny DeVito.
Right. And then I want man, you gotta get somebody new to play Marlon's love interest. But it would essentially just kind of just be like a remake or a retelling or like a continuation. You know what I'm saying? Like right after that happened, the next villain came to town, and you can make the next villain be maybe something clever. But I think it should really be one of those black comedy all-star movies where every cameo is like a Mike Epps, it's like a Kevin Hart, it's like a Cat Williams, it's like a Dave Chappelle, it's like a Chris Rock or Chris Tucker. It's like these people don't play main roles. They could literally just be in a scene,
I really
like
want to see
face
Cat Williams
makeup,
as
like
a
they used to be like.
supervillain.
Yeah, like remember like when Eddie
Super
Murphy used
pimpin'.
remember when Eddie Murphy used to like do like the face makeup for like Norbert and stuff like that? Have it like that, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't realize that, like, or Tropic Thunder, you didn't realize that was Tom Cruise until after the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tropic
Like have a
Thunder's
couple
probably
of
a
them like that in there.
better
That shit
reference.
would be funny as hell. That's what you have to do. You have to try to make the funniest movie possible. You have to make it so funny that no one really cares that they got offended because they laugh so hard. Only way to make it work.
All right. Okay. Do we have any facts to be
First
checked
of
with?
all, Beetlejuice is not a 90s movie, it's an 80s movie. Get that right, 1988. Second of all, Deo is not the only scene I personally remember. I remember Sandworms. I remember the first couple getting killed because I thought that was kind of messed up. I remember Lydia going to, I forgot what the place is called, but where Beetlejuice lives. I remember a lot from that movie, and not just the Deo scene.
All right.
Also, that movie spawned one of my favorite things, the cartoon, because I used to love that cartoon.
That's the version I have.
I remember the cartoon.
They had a Men in Black cartoon. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I hated that cartoon. I
remember
hated that
that.
cartoon. I
What
thought
you
that
mean?
cartoon was so stupid. Also, the Mask one was stupid. The Ace Ventura one was stupid. Like, all of those were stupid to me.
Yeah, they made
The Godzilla one was kind of cool though.
Brought that up, Trill.
Dude, the Jackie Chan one was lit though, right?
Well, the Jackie Chan one was
Adventures
fine.
was awesome.
Yes.
It was straight gas. Jackie Chan one was gas.
Trill, the fact that you brought that show up, I really am thinking about picking People's Choice.
Damn. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other motherfucker.
I know.
All right, fine. Mac. I guess we're gonna start with you then, Mac.
I was gonna say stuff about.
Oh, look, never mind. Sorry. Mac. Stop.
Okay, so I just thought this was weird that it says Jason Alexander wore a ball cap for his role in Blankman. It's like, wasn't he already bald?
Yeah, that
that's what I was saying. Well, he wasn't already bald.
Maybe he wasn't bald yet. Type shit. Like Steve Harvey.
They had to make him balder.
Well, to be fair, he did have that, like, like the top part of his hair was gone, but he still had the hair on the sides for a long time.
Oh, yeah, the fishbowl going.
But
Yeah, because look at him on Seinfeld.
In Blankman.
Yes. I actually think he looked better.
Yeah, he didn't look bad.
He was also one of my favorite characters in
You
Blankman.
can't just have it on the sides. You look crazy with your hair that's on the sides. Like you got a whole hand on top of your head, but down the side you look wild. You look like you made several bad life decisions. The first one was coming outside in front of me without no hat on. Boy, look at your motherfucking haircut.
Oh, the other thing is, because Trill kind of brought this up, not that he was wrong about bringing this up, but I do like the fact that they very much kept Blankman, like the casting in the family, because young Daryl and Kevin were both played by Damon Wayans' sons. So they really kept it in the family with this one.
That's the way the Wayans do.
They really do.
And them in color was like all of them.
Most of them, because some of them did not appear, because there's a great deal of them.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of them. The people you remember have kids, and them kids is famous.
And that's not even counting the fact that there are actual, like, Wayans that were not in the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they have, like the oldest kid is a sister, and you don't tend to see her.
It's like
not Kim. There's another sister.
Yeah, it's like they're like the Jacksons. It's like 8 or 9 of them or something like that.
Yep, there's 9 Jacksons. Technically, 10,
imagine
because
being
one
the
of them was a
Jackson
twin.
number 6. That would suck.
Let's see. Jackson number 6 would have been,
Janet?
I think, Marlon. Because
I
number 7 was Michael.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So you do have a point. Number 6, people don't remember that Marlon was part of the Jackson 5.
Okay. Miss, do you want to start, or should we start with Mac this time?
Yeah, I'm going to start with Mac, because I'm kind of interested to see where he goes with this.
Yeah, me too. Mac, who do you think won this round?
So, here's the thing. Trill.
Also, get closer to your mic.
Yes.
Trill, I want to first off by pointing that they're full of shit, because there are comedies that deal in that type of humor. I don't have all the examples, they deal in that humor today. You just haven't been watching a lot of them. They still do
Name one that sells a
Dirty Comedy, Dirty Grandpa, all the Dirty series. They do stuff like
but
that.
it's not.
Johnny Knoxville
Blankman is specifically based off of somebody that's special.
Trill, you're arguing with Trill.
That was 20 years ago.
Trill. Shut the fuck up. Just let me finish. Damn. Okay? Calm your ass. All right? Look.
It was
Yes.
like
I'm just
nonsensical
letting,
points.
I'm Trill. Just let me finish. Damn. Okay? Look. Yes. I'm just letting you know there are comedies out there that does do stuff like that. They do. So I gotta tell you, I gotta say that there are comedies that do it. Now people do get into that and they do like it. So there's a bunch of people that probably do like that style of comedy, even though it is weird. With that said, People's Choice, like, what the fuck, man? Really? Like, everything about that film is a classic. There are so many. I got some, like, the fact that, I mean, you're talking about what I kind of seen. I mean, Miss just brought up one. I like the part where they're literally like coming back alive and they're aging and they literally had to say Beetlejuice, and Gina Davis trying to say Beetlejuice and then her mouth falls down. That's hilarious. Also the cartoon is great. So begrudgingly, I might have to go with Trey.
All right, Mist.
I cannot argue with what Max said at all, because the fact that, first of all, there is a Beetlejuice sequel that is being made. We cannot, and again, we are supposed to, for the argument, not supposed to consider that, but it's true in real life. It's already being made. So, there is an audience for it. I cannot see an audience for Blank Man. Really. Not now. So, I absolutely 100% agree with Mac, and I'm going with True.
Okay. So Trill wins this round. I think I also have to agree. Although I think if I were to choose between these two, which I would rather have a remake of, it probably would be Blank Man. Just because, like, I think I agree that they shouldn't remake Beetlejuice, but, like, I don't agree with your arguments about why they shouldn't make it.
That's my point. That's my point too.
Yeah.
I don't agree with his argument. It's not the fact that I don't. I like, you needed to give me a
Yeah, like, I don't think either movie should be remade, period. Because even when I first heard about Beetlejuice, I'm like, dear God, why?
Why? It's too late. It's too late. Why do this?
Because Michael Keaton is like 70.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. That it was a good. I was interested in hearing the argument, but I was like, you fell short of the argument because you could have won because Trill was just babbling bullshit to me. And that's what he always do.
Not babbling bullshit.
You are
I
babbling
was using
bullshit.
concise
Trill, you got
facts.
my vote. You're
And
still
it's hard for
arguing
you
with
to
me.
understand facts because you just like to debate things with feelings like a little baby.
Trill.
Yeah, I kind of understand Trill's argument though, because, like, I get what you're saying, Mac, but also, like, Dirty Grandpa was over a decade ago.
That's what it wasn't. Dirty Grandpa wasn't over. No, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Dirty Grandpa. I'm talking about Dirty Grandpa with Robert De Niro.
Oh, a failure of a movie.
Yeah. They had some crude humor in that film too.
So, but you're bringing up a movie that was a failure.
Also, there's
It
a
is a
difference between
failure, yeah.
crude humor and what Trill was saying about how Blank Man is specifically on the spectrum.
Specifically, make the movie start like you gotta remember. Hangover starts with Bradley Cooper saying "paging
Dance
doctor,"
flick.
and I can't say that word anymore.
Dance flick.
Okay, the first words out of Bradley Cooper's mouth in a literal movie that started a 3-movie franchise is an expletive that you cannot say anymore.
This is
And
true.
we all
And
laughed at it.
This is true.
Every
Director-
one of us laughed at it.
I'm telling you, Trill. As much as I'm saying there's an audience.
In
for it.
Rush Hour 1, he said,
Trill.
"What's up, my?"
Trill,
You can't say that no more.
Trill, you're getting mad. Trill, here's the
I'm not
funny
getting mad.
thing
It's
about
funny
it
point.
is
I'm not mad.
you are getting salty and I
I'm not
picked
salty.
Mac, the movies that you're talking about are made by, like, Ben Shapiro.
That is true. That is true,
Also,
but there's an audience.
it's
There's
still
people
not
that will watch
focusing
that
on
show.
the right thing. Because again, Blank Man specifically is a character that has a disability.
Right.
Actually, smart.
I said
He is,
disability. I
but
didn't say he
there's-
wasn't smart.
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause he
question
clearly
5.
Yeah, let's go to question 5. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, let's
Question
go to
5.
question 5. Yeah. You
Okay.
got salty over. I mean, giving them a point. That's some bullshit.
Question 5, whatever it is. Okay, now read all of
Sorry,
that
that was
without
a-
sounding like you had a stroke.
I'm sorry. That was a very confusing question. Okay. So, in honor of Captain America: Brave New World, which MCU character should be in said movie? And the poster is for it has the wrong title. That's why.
Yeah, that's the wrong title. That's my fault. I typed in Brave New World and then it said New World Order, and I was like, what?
Which was the original title before they changed
Yeah,
it for anti-Semitic reasons.
I know.
Which I'm glad they
Okay.
did
So,
because
yeah.
that
Trill
doesn't
goes
need right.
first?
yes, Trill goes first with this one. So Trill, which character?
My answer is Dark Avengers. I guess Dark
Dark
Avengers / Thunderbolts is technically what I'm talking about, but
Yeah,
Dark
which
Avengers
is
was the OG comic book name.
yeah, and I think that's basically like how they're adapting Dark Avengers.
Right. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, and People's Choice.
I said Isaiah Bradley, who is actually the first Captain America.
All right. So, do we have a minute on the clock, Mist?
We have had a minute on the clock since question 4.
Oh boy. All right, we're rolling along, guys.
Trill, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go.
I think the Dark Avengers / Thunderbolts need to be in this movie. I think they need to be in this movie the same way we didn't know we needed to see Nick Fury at the end of the first Iron Man. I think it's quintessential to the continuation of what is the MCU. I am so happy to be getting another person of color focused movie in the Marvel Universe. I'm so happy it's a man. I'm so happy he's black, and I'm so happy he's straight. All things I really wanted to say. I'm really glad that it's the Falcon. I'm really happy about the storyline, but you have to put the Dark Avengers and Thunderbolt in here somewhere. You just have to do it. It needs to be in there more than I would say almost any other Easter egg or anything else. And I think you need to put it in as an end credit scene, like I alluded to with the Nick Fury comment I made in the beginning.
And stop.
Okay. And Mist, we got a minute.
Yes, we do.
All right.
People's Choice, you ready?
Yep.
Go.
So my argument is for Isaiah Bradley, who is actually the first Captain America. They tested the super soldier serum on a black man named Isaiah Bradley first, and there's a whole story that leads up to it, and a whole story that's after that as well, and about his time being Captain America for a little bit while they're testing that super soldier serum. They kind of hinted or alluded to it in what was it? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like he was in there, and they told a little bit of his story, but we need the full story. They have a whole comic on that, and I feel like we need to start telling that whole story inside of Captain America: Brave New World. Yeah, so because those stories actually go together. That background.
And done.
Yeah.
Or stop. Not done. Stop.
All right. You guys ready to fight it out?
Let's get it.
All right, Mist, we got the time.
Shall we recap who has how many points?
Yes. Well, we
Trolls
got
up by
Troll.
2.
Yeah, Troll's up by 2. So, I mean, you kind of can't win, but let's have fun with
All
it.
right. Yeah.
Hooray! 3.5 minutes on the
Huzzah.
clock. Go.
So I like the idea of okay. So there's two ways to argue this. There's me trying to be the technical nerd that examined the trailer and saw Isaiah Bradley react to a sound, draw a pistol, and shoot at Harrison Ford. So that would dismantle the original question of what character should be in Captain America. But I'm assuming you mean Isaiah Bradley as Captain America and also like the backstory on, you know, how our government's fucked up the black people and how they betrayed Isaiah Bradley. I'm gonna go with that as the assumption, not the physical fact that it is in there, because physically there are some people from the Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts who are in there, namely the fucking president, me being one of them. So I don't want to go tip. I don't want the argument to divulge into that as a courtesy to my competitor. What I will say is that without the Thunderbolts being in the movie, I don't really know how you're going to build to the next movie. I don't really know how you're going to have a middle section of your movie. I don't really know like how your movie's really, because you have to discover that the president's bad and then he goes Red Hulk. Like how does he go from wanting you to work with the government to him going to the Hulk to throwing down your shield? Like it has to be the Thunderbolts, right? That's what it has to be, right? That's the rising action that we're missing. At least that's my theory on how the movie goes. So that's why I feel like they at minimum they have to be like in the end. But yeah, that's all I got. I am
But
curious to
with
see.
but with the Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers, don't they have to establish? There's a couple of storylines they have to establish, because there's a couple of characters have to establish. They have to establish the Sentry. They have to establish Bullseye. Don't they have to establish Wolverine's son as well? Like, there's a bunch of stuff that they haven't established or even talked about or even hinted
Well,
at.
they're kind of hold on. They're kind of like changing, um, quote unquote, the Dark Avengers and the Thunderbolts. They're quote unquote changing the bad guys to the list of people that they've already established. So it would be the fake Captain America from the TV series. It'd be the new Black Widow. It'd be the phase shifting ghost chick from Ant-Man. It'd be what's her name? She's like super famous and she has the purple hair. Judges, do you guys know her name? With the sunglasses on. She's like the God, that white lady's so damn famous. I can't think of her damn name though. And it's just people like that. They've switched out the character cast to be characters that they've made up already in the MCU. So the Thunderbolts will be this new cast of characters. It won't be Wolverine's son and stuff like that. So that can be a little confusing. But
Yeah.
no,
And stop.
because they've kind of built them up.
Okay. Does anybody have a follow-up question for this one?
I don't feel like we need a rebuttal for this one.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, honestly. Okay, you guys want to go for another minute?
Yeah, I think we should just give him just another minute because I like filled a lot of the space to say how I wasn't going to argue and didn't really give him a chance to really say how he felt. So I think we should just give him another minute.
So,
Alright.
so yeah.
Miss, do you want to put a minute on the clock?
Yep, are we all ready?
Yep.
Yeah,
Go.
so with Isaiah Bradley story being in the movie, you get the whole full picture of Captain America. Captain America was like one of those main movies that they pushed along with Iron Man, and so he's an established character in that universe. So now you get the whole full picture of like where the serum came from, who they tested it on first. You get that whole story of Isaiah Bradley being Captain America for that short period of time while he was young, and then how it links to him helping Captain America today. You have two black characters in the Marvel universe as prominent characters helping each other out. This is why I feel like Isaiah Bradley should be in this new movie. But what I really wanted, like they have like him as an old man, where really what I wanted him was as a young man, because eventually, with Isaiah Bradley, he gets his body starts getting like deteriorated. He starts
And
ended up.
stop.
Gotta be more concise.
So Trill also gets a minute, right?
Yeah, we can give Trill a minute also.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, can you guys just ask me a question then? Because I honestly felt like I said
Okay,
a lot,
I-
and unless
I got a
you guys
que- I got a
everything I
question.
said,
Go
then
ahead.
I have a
Yeah.
follow-up question. If you could only include one Thunderbolt, who would you pick? Not including General Ross.
I like
okay, pause. Can one of you look up the chick's name? Because that's who I would include. If I don't have her name, then it's gonna be like I'm not really making sense. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about? She was in the TV show. She wore like the trench coat. She was the one orchestrating, kind of gathering everybody together. She was like the evil Nick
Oh,
Fury per se.
are you? Yeah, I
Come
know
on.
who you're talking about.
You talking about Kimmel?
It's Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Her
Yes,
character.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
French.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
That's her.
her.
So fucking
Yeah,
famous.
I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Right. So that's what I'm talking about. So okay. Time, please.
Oh, you got a minute? Is that
Okay.
okay? Okay.
Yes. That's perfect.
Go.
Okay. So she has to be the main one in the actual runtime of the movie before the credits roll. She has to be the one in there because she needs to be the one that somehow convinces, recruits, or manipulates something with the main villain in the Captain America movie, who is actually the was created during the original Hulk movie. His brain goes all big. He's like a green guy. Brain goes big. He's a green guy. I can't remember his name. He's not the Hulk though, but his powers is
I
like
think
super
he's
mind
called the
thing.
leader.
Yes, the leader. Yes, yes. So what I'm saying is, she's back again orchestrating things behind the scenes. She then somehow, forms the team, and then my vision for it is in the end cut scene. You see her in the place of Nick Fury coming to the president, talking about what if you had your own true
And
team
stop.
of Americans.
Mhm.
Okay. Miss, do we have any facts to check? I do have her
will say
character's
when you-
name if we don't.
No, I don't, because my brain went to Psylocke when you said purple hair. And I knew that wasn't right, so.
Yeah, well, her character's name
I
is
know this about
Valentina
Olivia Munn.
Allegra de Fontaine.
That's it. I
Yes.
remember her now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super long name. No way I was getting that. Be fair to me, like, no way.
All right, Mist, who do you think won this round?
Now, it could just simply be because Trill couldn't remember names, but I think People's Choice had the stronger argument. Plus, I'm genuinely curious how that would play out.
All right, Mac.
Here's my problem with Trills is it will be interesting to see that group in the film, or if that one person in the film. The only issue with the only issue with your pick, Trill, is it's already getting its own fucking movie.
2025.
Yeah, it's coming out in the same year, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to put them in the film when you saw them individually in different films. So it don't make a lot of sense just to put them out there like that. And I don't feel like the film needs the Thunderbolts, People's Choice, I also am disagree with you. I think the film don't need him, but I also agree with Miss. Yours is just a better argument, so I'm picking yours.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of think you guys both picked like the correct answers for this one, because like they both, I feel like they both kind of do actually make sense for this movie, with like having the first Black Captain America post the Isaiah Bradley era, and also obviously all the stuff with Thunderbolt Ross and everything. I think both of these are solid picks. But yeah, I think I do ultimately agree that People's Choice had the stronger argument for why he should be in this movie in particular. And like even as he was saying it, like showing him young, I was like almost picturing it in my mind, like them flashing back to like the World War II era, like from the first Captain America movie and all the stuff with Falcon in the new era. So yeah, I'm going with People's Choice also. So that's 2 points for People's Choice and 3 for Trill. So Trill, you won this round.
Yeah, you won this. Yeah, you won
this fight.
GG's good. People's Choice. I liked all of your answers, man. I don't think you really had looking back at your answers. I don't think like when I read your answers, it's like, damn, I really like Prometheus. I had to look up
I'm
what
not going to baby you that much because I'm still on you about that Beetlejuice one.
They mad about Beetlejuice, boy. Oh my goodness.
For real, as a competitor, I felt like Beetlejuice was one of those answers that depended on the crowd, you was going to win solidly or lose regardless. So as a competitor that oftentimes doing these games has at least 2 answers that are like that, I gotta fuck with you on that. You're a real one. I gotta fuck with you on that because that's like me being like Batman or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna be pissed. Somebody gonna be mad at a motherfucker. Okay.
Also, Miss, you forgot to bring this up, and me and Scott
Joker,
actually
I
said
think, would be
this,
more
and
important.
we didn't, and I'm surprised. That's why I didn't put it in here because I knew Trill wouldn't put 2 and 2 together.
Okay.
Isaiah Bradley is in Captain America.
I fucking said that, bro.
You did not.
I swear to God, you don't
he
listen to me.
That's
I
how he started
swear.
his argument.
Play the tape back, bro.
Not only did he say that, he like laid out all the reasons
Yeah.
why he wasn't going to include it in his argument.
Oh,
Yes,
I
that's
was
why
such a
I didn't
gentleman.
say anything because it was laid out in the first
Oh, okay.
2
My bad.
minutes.
My bad.
I
I
swear
didn't
to
see that.
God.
I didn't see that part. Yeah.
I
But
could be
anyway,
like,
yeah.
well, technically, on minute
He's
2.5
talked
for
about
the
it for like
trailer.
for that 3.5 minutes. He talked about that for 2.5 of it.
Okay, well, even if he did brought that up, it
Filibuster.
still was a good argument.
That's why I was like, dude, no, he should get at least. I was really hoping we were just gonna give him a minute. I didn't. That's why I wanted a question for my minute. Like
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's actually why I wanted the rebuttal because Trill, and this is not a hit at you, Trill, but he took up so much
I
of
did.
that.
I took up a lot of time trying to be
Yeah.
like, this is what I'm not gonna say because like it doesn't.
And then Mac missed
It's
all
not
of
the
that.
heart of the question, right? It's
Yeah.
trying to win off of a technique. It's trying to trip your opponent at the end of the line instead of leaning forward to win yourself. It's fucking scummy. It's not. Nah.
Yeah, it's
Not when you had to answer like Beetlejuice and Metal Gear Solid. Those are 2 bold answers. You didn't take no days off of those 2. So
Nope.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a really good fight, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have you both back on again.
Definitely
we
People's
got-
Choice back on.
People's
Don't have
Choice,
me back on again. I'm
don't
shitting.
you pick
People's Choice.
Beetlejuice again.
Yeah, you actually no, and
No,
I
if
Unless
you
it's
do,
for the best movie of the 80s.
If you do, you have to argue it right.
People's Choice. I'll be honest here. If you just would have argued that first question, you probably would have beaten Trill because I'm telling you that was not a good answer by Trill. It was not. If you would have picked, I'll be honest, if you would have picked Resurrection, you would have won handle. Like it didn't matter what Trill would have said. Resurrection was winning.
I almost picked the Covenant though. So if I had
You
to
would
pick
have
the
lost.
Covenant, that's
You
what I'm
would have
saying.
lost.
But see, People's Choice. That's why I have to say I respect you so much for picking an answer like Beetlejuice, because like it's either you automatically win or you're going to lose, right? And one
Beetlejuice.
answer, as you've seen, can switch the whole fight, no matter how many questions it
I
is.
was just
So when I
like,
see you
who wants
answer
to see that?
Beetlejuice, I was like,
But
okay.
apparently, we got some fans in here of Beetlejuice.
But
Yep.
I didn't even know. I didn't know they fuck with Beetlejuice like that. I could have told you that. How many times I done answered Pokemon questions, these motherfuckers? I done put Pikachu or some shit. They'd be like, fuck Pikachu and your mother. It's like, God damn, my mama.
Okay,
Fuck, I gotta
to
do
be
it.
fair, I'm not a Pokemon person, so I
See
would
what I'm
probably
saying?
been on your side.
Okay.
This is
So-
how it goes. Man.
Gotta
Yeah,
catch
we
'em
should
all.
probably wrap this up
We
because
should,
it's like
yes, because it's
midnight
damn
for
near
you
midnight.
guys.
Yeah.
That is.
So, all
Yeah,
right,
thank
Trill.
thank y'all for accommodating me. I was going out I was going out. It's my mother's birthday, so we went out.
Happy birthday, Mom!
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
We went out for dinner last night. Then we took her to a baseball game and a whole bunch of stuff. We took her to a baseball game and had dinner again tonight, and so that's why I was like, hey, I can't come on until late. So thank you guys for
Shoot, just
accommodating
make
me.
us feel bad about our parents. I'm gonna go hug my dad or something. Jeez.
Yeah,
At least
and
text
then
them back.
and
Holy
then
shit.
I have another family member taking her out for breakfast tomorrow, and then
Yeah,
next
your mama
week.
saint.
Making
And
us
then
all
next
look
week
bad.
next week we're all going out as a family because my sister lives in
Good
another
Lord! Can I
My
be
s-
here with your family?
my sister lives in another state, so she wants everybody to be there. So, but my sister couldn't come this weekend, so we got to come. So we're doing it next weekend, and everybody's gonna be at the dinner next weekend. So, but her actual birthday was on the 15th, yesterday.
How old
Either way,
is she turn?
happy birthday, Mom! Yay!
Happy
So
birthday.
thank you.
Well,
How old did your mom
People's
turn?
Choice-
70. I don't know, honestly.
Hold up, you went through all of that. You don't know
That's
your mama's
beautiful.
age?
That's beautiful.
No, it's funny. I know the year she was born, so give me a second.
Parents don't tell. My mom stopped telling me her. She told me she was 35 and holding her entire life.
72.
Bless her heart. That is beautiful. Happy birthday, mom.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
Round of
Happy
applause for
birthday.
Mom!
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Happy
thank you.
birthday.
All right, People's Choice. Do you have anything you want to plug?
No, so my name is Dangerous Voice of People's Choice, live and direct from New York City. Make sure you just follow me. You can Google my name, Dangerous Voice. Find me on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, everything. I stream about once a week right now because I'm real busy with my day job. I work in IT, but I stream at least once a week on Twitch and YouTube. So catch me on Twitch and YouTube, Twitter. It's all Dangerous Voice. Just you can Google me and you'll find me. That's it.
All right, Trill, you got anything?
You guys can just find me here, hanging out with you guys
Aren't you
all the
having a
time.
show premiere soon?
Oh yes. Oh shit. Yeah. We got the new show coming out late show with Trill Show. How could I forget? I think it's gonna be like next Friday. So tune in next Friday. Yeah.
No,
It'll be cool.
no. Tuesday. You said Tuesday.
It's Tuesday? It's Tuesday.
Yes.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, not Friday. It's Tuesday.
Damn it.
This is why I told you in the budget. Damn it, I told you I need a personal
Budget. There is
assistant.
no fucking budget. You told me throw Tuesday, motherfucker. I put
Troll.
the thumbnail up
My
and
assistant told you
everything for
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh.
My dog is my assistant. She texts with her paws. Don't talk to her like that. She tries her best.
I would say the actual word for the dog, but I'm not going to go there because I respect dogs.
You better not.
That's the word, right? It's in the dictionary, right?
Yeah, bitch.
Damn.
I am on Chris's channel, DTH_games, that we are streaming tomorrow at, and he just told me, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be 1 Pacific my time. So we will be streaming Nier Automata, which we started last week.
Good game.
Well, tune in because he's playing it and I'm the co-pilot. Meaning I'm trying to make sure he doesn't slip and say the N-word.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Alright,
I need somebody to do that for my streams.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
You can find me also here with you guys. Is It Rotten just came back. Go watch our episode on Krippendorf's Tribe if you want to hear about us talk about a problematic movie from the 90s with
That
Richard
movie
Dreyfuss.
sucks.
It's also terrible.
It sucks.
Speaking of movies that don't need to be remade, Krippendorf's Tribe.
No. It is
And,
Pandora's box. Don't open it.
And, yeah,
hate that
it's like the
film.
book from the Evil Dead.
Fuck that film. Oh.
But we also have Film Talk coming back where we talk about good movies.
Yeah, we got.
What the heck? Sorry. Have you guys ever heard of the game called Eternal Champions?
No.
Yes, I have.
Okay, it's basically like a super low budget knockoff of Mortal Kombat. It's getting a movie.
Oh, not
Why?
surprised.
Sure.
Exactly. Why?
It's like a random niche game from the 90s.
Seriously, like if you have to like look at the bottom of the bin to find this game and they're making a movie.
I think Gauntlet would be a better movie than that would be. Remember that Gauntlet game?
It did
Where it
have
was
its
like side scrolling.
Eternal Champions did have its fans though.
I mean, I didn't
Where the
hate
hell's the Battletoads movie? That's what we need.
it. We do need a
Nah.
movie.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
Crisis
Yeah.
movie, bro.
After
Time
that-
Crisis movie.
After
Come on.
after that last bad game they put out, and I don't think a movie's getting greenlit for that.
You didn't like the Battletoads game?
The game that didn't even have online multiplayer, and it's 2024. Like, yeah, like
Oh,
that.
damn.
Oh my! So Toru Nakahara, who oversees the Sonic movies, is going to be the producer of this movie.
So it'll be good.
Ugh.
Maybe.
So, in the stream before I say
Okay,
something,
here's the
somebody-
thing about Eternal Champions. It has a very interesting premise. The execution of it is where it failed. Like it is actually an interesting game story wise. It's just not a very well put together game.
Yeah, I'd be more on board with them doing a remake or reboot of the game, but a movie.
Yeah, it would actually do better if it rebooted the actual game than make a movie.
Ooh, if that's the case, make another live action Street Fighter movie.
Or
think they are.
redo the first one.
Yeah.
Well, on this
I
note,
don't
know, was it
Mac,
first?
do you have
It was
anything
pretty good.
anything
Yeah,
to plug?
let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yes,
I have some stuff to plug. Yes. So guys, yes. Make sure you come out tomorrow and watch the GF1 podcast. I'm surprised Miss didn't plug that because I thought she knew I was going to plug it in.
No, I knew you were going to plug that because we're going to plug it in our stream.
Oh, okay, cool. We're going to be talking about. We're going to do a tier list on Hey Arnold
Characters.
characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
Harold is
ready.
S tier. I kind of have to say it.
It better be fucking
Hashtag
Gerald.
justice for Helga Pataki.
Yeah. We all know.
Gerald
We
is
all
S tier.
know. We all know.
Yes, he is.
We all know who's F tier, and that's Ray June. All right. So
Dude,
Wait, Regine.
Wheezing Ed.
Eugene?
Weezen Ed was fucking awesome. He is fucking S tier.
Who's Raging? Because that's from Living Single, which has nothing to do with Hey Arnold.
Oh, I thought
Very different shows.
very
You
different
gotta stop
show.
smoking.
You smoke. Shut up. Anyway, make sure you come
Exactly.
watch.
That's how I know you smoke.
I don't
Secretly.
smoke. I don't smoke. You know this.
You be on that shit.
I don't be on that shit. You be smoking that fucking.
Hey, Scott, crash the plane.
Anyway,
Alright. Bye, everyone.
no, I'm not done yet.
Oh,
I didn't even finish. I was trying.
no!
It's midnight, Mac. Wrap it up.
I know. I'm trying to wrap it up. Okay, so we got the GF1 podcast. Make sure you stop by Monday for Gamer Grudge, which I'm not going to be on. I'm going to be watching with the audience. We're going to be doing. It's going to be a great show. I just sent the question cards to Chris. He's going to be hosting the show. Also, Tuesday, make sure you stop by and watch me play Legends of the Dragoon. That's going to be a great episode. And Trillo XO, the Red Light Show with Trillo XO. We're also working on a new show. I'm keeping it hush right at the moment, but we're working on it, people. Got new things coming for the Game Fixers. Hope you like it. Also, Wednesday, watch Film Talk on Heavyweights. We'll see you. I'm done.
That was actually pretty good, Mac.
Well done, Mac. All right.
That was a good job wrapping it up. You did good.
You don't see the middle finger I got right now, but